So, the guy you're dating said or did something that bothered you and you can't stop thinking about it. It's on loop in your head and you don't know how to make it stop. Well, fear not. In this video, I'm going to give you an easy 4-step process to stop the loop and keep your relationship strong. This video is for any woman who wants to be able to work through the small bumps in the road so that she can keep her relationship happy and lasting. In relationships, cracks can form from the smallest things. These are the things that stick in your brain on loop and you can't stop thinking about it because something just doesn't feel right when you look at it. Let's check in with your favorite fictional friend, Sally. So Sally and her boyfriend are out at a bar. Now they've been dating for a couple of months now, and Sally thinks it's going really, really well. But last night, he said something that she just can't stop thinking about, which is, I just can't wait to get out of this place. Now for her, she's been in this city for a while. Her job is here, her friends are here, her social standing is here. She really likes this place. And when he said that, it really made her think that maybe, just maybe, they aren't on the same page. This is because there's a couple of key things in here that Sally is unconsciously picking up on. And I just want to repeat back again what she said to make sure if you can figure it out. And if you can, write in the chat what you think it is, which is, I just can't wait to get out of here. Write in the chat if you know what it is. First, he says I, not we. Now this might seem like a really simple thing, but it's actually not, because what we're seeing is that the guy she's dating is thinking about his own life, not necessarily the life they share together. And that could be again, a small thing, but that kind of stuff can get in the way of relationships. I talk to people about this all the time. The second thing is that what he's expressing here is a desire to leave where they are without looking back. If this is truly where Sally has a lot of her social friends, her family, maybe her work, a desire to leave and not come back is not necessarily something that's going to sit particularly well with Sally, even though it may be the exact right thing to do for her boyfriend. Number 3, the lack of consideration of what she wants. Now, if they aren't at the part in the relationship where he knows what she wants, that's a different story. But if they've been together long enough, he probably has a pretty good idea that this is a place she likes to be, with structures that she likes and supports that allow Sally's life to work the way that she wants it to work. So for him to say, I just want to get out of here, is something that isn't going to sit well with Sally and may keep her up at night. Has this sort of situation ever happened with the guy that you're dating? If so, let me know in the comments. So now that we have an idea what we're looking at, let's look at why this actually happens. One of the main reasons why this actually happens is because people tend to think about themselves before others. We all do this. I do this myself, where it's like I'm seeing the world through my own lens, and therefore I'm looking at how things impact me. Now, I do have enough self-awareness to understand that the way that it impacts me is not necessarily the way that it impacts others, and knowing that if it impacts me, it will impact others differently. But a lot of people don't necessarily have that self-awareness because we're so focused on what we see that we oftentimes lose track of others. We also assume that other people see the world the same way we do. If we want to get out of here, we assume they want to get out of here too. But that's not actually true. This is why communication can be so important in the relationship. Because otherwise what you're going to do is you're going to start assuming that other people think and feel the same way that you do. Therefore, when you think about your guy and how he should or would do something, and then he doesn't do that thing, or he does it differently, it's shocking. Has that ever happened to you? It's happened to all of us, right? Because we assume someone's going to do something and they don't, and then we get shocked and our expectation gets thwarted. It sits with us in a weird way, kind of like we put our left shoe on our right foot. It just feels weird and unsettling. Now, let's be really clear. Just because something doesn't sit well does not mean it is a relationship ender. But you shouldn't overlook it either. Don't let these cracks, these little things, these unsettling little pieces pile up, because they will continue to grow more and more and can threaten a relationship over time. So if you're finding yourself stuck in a loop about something that your guy did or said, here's what I want you to do about it. Step 1, what is the thing you're looping on? Really focus on not just the whole topic, but the specific thing that's upsetting you. And what I want you to think about is, why does this specific thing upset you? If you're looking back at the evening and you're thinking about all of it, that is going to be a long time without a lot of specifics. It's too vague. You want to narrow it down to the thing that's really upsetting you. Step 2, how do you feel when you think about it? Again, focus on the specific thing and name the emotion that this brings up in you. It will help you be able to focus on the next couple of steps, because not only do you know the thing that bothered you, you know what it made you feel like. For step 3, you need to talk about it with him. I know that can be a sort of scary part, but it's really important, because if it's truly bothering you and your relationship is one that you want to see actually go forward into the future, you have to both be able to talk about this. The guy you're dating isn't a mind reader. You need to explain it to him, especially because sometimes we can be pretty thick. Doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. We can be pretty thick, especially when we have ways we think it should go. If he doesn't know it's a problem, he can't do anything about it to fix it. So, to give you a good example, let's jump back to our story, right? Again, about the, I really want to get out of here. Now, if you come up to your significant other and you say, hey, I was pretty upset and I'm actually kind of worried. It made me feel like you don't want to stay here, or that somehow we're going to leave the city or the town. But I have a lot of family, friends, my social standing, my work is here. And it really scared me when you said that. I felt kind of alone in the relationship. And I know that may not be how you want me to feel, but I really think it's important that we talk about it, because that's how I'm left. And I just want to check in with you. How is that? That's going to get you way further in the relationship, because as you notice, what am I doing here? I'm explaining how it makes me feel, I'm asking them to look at it, and I'm sharing with them my genuine feeling. This allows my boyfriend, in this case, to not think we're on the same page, and expresses to him what's truly going on. This brings us to step 4, which is to set a new boundary or expectation for the future. As you guys are both talking about this and having conversations, you should be coming up with new ways of being as you're going forward. You don't want it to happen again, and if that's true, then we need to both be able to talk about it and get to the other side while setting clear goals and boundaries about what will and won't work. If these steps sound like they'd be helpful for you, then give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Now, how do we take these things and move forward into our relationship? A couple of really good ways is to enforce the boundaries that you set. If you don't, he'll just do the same thing again and you'll be stuck in this loop again. So if you find him slipping or you are slipping, really hold yourselves accountable to the expectations and the goals that you're setting. Also, recognize and celebrate growth. A lot of times people don't feel like, even though they're doing all the work, that they get any recognition for it. We really want to celebrate growth, because it's going to give positive reinforcement for those new behaviors and allow them to stick better. If he does well, praise him a bit. And if he doesn't do well, then find what didn't work, bring it up again, and find a new agreement. You deserve an amazing relationship, and that means you also get to work on good communication together. Don't let little upsets turn into huge fights or even relationship enders. Talk about it when it's still small. Work together to find a different way and keep building a strong relationship that will last. I believe in you, and you guys can do it.